Great Britain is mulling over a bill that would authorize their government to collect data in a broad blanket form. This is giving the intelligence community unprecedented access to spy on personal data. Now, the bill, it's been dubbed the Snoopers Charter. It's going to pass Parliament earlier this year and bring about huge and unprecedented spying powers for the UK and intelligence agencies in their government. Privacy advocates, they're warning about the dangers of this law. One of them says Britain should not go further down this road and risk making the same mistakes as my country did, or they will end up perpetuating loss of life. This, of course, is Bill Binney. Bill Binney, ex-NSA technical director. He was a former whistleblower himself. He warns about the dangers of this, Jose, and yet they're going through with it. And this, our NSA, you and I have covered this on the lip before, what our own Congress will pass and how it infringes on privacy rights. This bill takes the cake. You won't believe what it does. I'll get into this, but what do you make of this?
I think it's a trend. I think it's a trend that we are looking at in many different countries where they are disguising the imposition on privacy on copyright law, on security, terrorism. So we see that the whole point of governments is to be able to write in laws that compromise the privacy of citizens in such a way that telecommunication companies are forced to cooperate with them.
Right. Well, I just want to let everybody know kind of what this bill is going to do. It really takes the cake in terms of violating basic privacy rights. Authorities are going to have access now to everything your phone or computer does in Great Britain. Theresa May, she is the government head that's in charge of looking at the privacy issues, and this essentially, she's saying, look, it's the modern equivalent of looking at an itemized phone bill. That's simply not the case. What this does, it stores the person's information for a solid year.
Yes, correct.
And everything that phone or computer does, the internet company will now be required to spy and hack into people's phones.
Yeah, facilitate. But basically what they're doing is to force these telecommunication companies to provide with a log of every application that you open on your phone. Technically, they won't be able to know what you did on Facebook, but they will know that you were on Facebook, that you were using WhatsApp. Every app that launches on your phone will be recorded for 1 year. Not only that, phone companies will be forced to help the government hack into your phone by revealing the technical details that they need.
They're actually involved in the plan of hacking into somebody's cell phone and really violating their privacy. Bill Binney, he was talking about the architects of this technology, and this is what he had to say. He said, we're made by someone who does not understand the technology, and it speaks to its capability and what it's going to do. One final point I want to point out, this bill, so if somebody in Great Britain actually calls a member of parliament, calls their MP about an issue, your conversation is automatically listened to. I would like for somebody to explain how that actually stops terrorism.
Here's the thing.
That is a form of terrorism.
I think what we need to see is that privacy is being threatened in two ways. One, with the surveillance that we're going to be subjects of, and now the other is with the control of the information on the internet. I think this reminds me of the debate of encryption and how tech companies and those who know about this, they claim that if we build these backdoors into the encryption, then we shouldn't encrypt at all because then there's an access to the information. So in one end, we have government pushing for encryption to be easy to break so they can snoop on our communication. On the other side, governments are forcing telecommunication agencies to do the dirty work of spying on their citizens. Is
everything
really sad.
They search, everything they look for, every time they check into a Tumblr, stream of information, to Google something or to research. You and I are reporters. Yeah. Can you only imagine? I mean, the things that we have to look up and research, what kind of list you could possibly end up on just for doing that. This bill, dubbed the Snoopers Charter, set to pass this year, unprecedented spying like never before. The UK government is going to start doing not only to its citizens, but anybody traveling in and outside of that country.